It was the summer of 2013, and the desert air in Arizona shimmered with heat. Sam Whitaker, a 42-year-old mechanic from Flagstaff, had decided to take a break from his usual routine and spend the weekend camping out near the Coconino National Forest. He wasn't the outdoorsy type, but after a rough year, his divorce had just finalized and his mother had passed away. He needed space. Space to think, space to breathe, somewhere far from people, cell signals, and responsibility. He drove his beat-up Ford pickup miles off the highway, until the road turned to dirt and the sky stretched endlessly over red rock and sagebrush. By late afternoon, he'd set up camp, a cheap tent from Walmart, a campfire ring made of stones, and a cooler full of cheap beer and gas station sandwiches. As night fell, the temperature dropped sharply. Sam threw on an old army jacket and lit the fire. He sat on a folding chair, looking up at the sky. Out here, away from the city lights, the stars didn't just twinkle, they burned. Constellations he barely remembered from school glowed overhead. It was peaceful. Around midnight, he saw it. At first, he thought it was just a plane, a bright light moving silently across the sky. But then it stopped. Planes don't stop mid-air. It hovered. No sound, no movement, just suspended, like a star that had changed its mind. Then it blinked, once, twice, and shot across the sky faster than anything he'd ever seen. A second later, it was back, this time closer. Sam stood up, his heart thudding. The object, a silver disk, glowing faintly blue, descended slowly. It didn't have wings, no rotors, just a smooth, humming, saucer-shaped craft, maybe 50 feet wide, hanging in the air like gravity had nothing to say about it. Then it started to spin, not fast, but steadily. Lights along its edges pulsed in rhythmic patterns, like it was scanning or communicating. Sam couldn't move. He didn't even reach for his phone. He just stared. A beam of soft white light shot down from the underside of the ship. It illuminated the ground a few feet in front of him. The air shimmered in the beam like heat waves. Sam felt something shift in his mind, like a door opening that he didn't know was there. He wasn't afraid. He was calm, at peace. Then, just as suddenly as it appeared, the light retracted, and the craft shot upward, so fast it vanished within a second, leaving only the echo of silence. Sam stood there in the cold desert night, unsure how long he'd been watching the sky. Hours? Minutes? When he finally came to, the fire had burned low, and the stars were fading as dawn approached. He hadn't slept, and yet he wasn't tired. He never told anyone, not at first. Who would believe him? He'd even considered it might have been a hallucination, maybe too much beer or stress playing